My name is Athena. I am the goddess of wisdom, war, and crafts. Have you ever heard of a little place called Athens, Greece? Well, it's not little. And it's one of the most well-known cities in all the world. Notice anything about the name? Athens, Athena, Athens, Athena. Well, you get it. There are temples on the highest mountaintops just devoted to me because the people love me. I mean, they threw the most important festival in Athens in the middle of the summer just to honor me. Who wants to hear my story? I will be glad to tell you. Oh, look, this is my lovely sacred pet, Olive the owl. Hi, Olive.
Who are these children watching us right now? I can see them through the camera screen with my large owl eyes.
Well, I'm not sure of their origin, but I assume that they're here, of course, to worship me and bring me gifts.
What gifts? I don't see any. Of course, maybe they don't know how to send gifts.
Oh, they haven't laid them at my altar yet, but I'm sure they'll probably send them some of their local treasures, like something called cheerwine or perhaps some go burrito. After all, we haven't even begun our story time yet. We will just wait to see how many views our video gets, and then the praise will roll in.
What are we telling stories about today? Oh, pure one.
Well, mostly me. Actually, all me. And then there's some details about some of the miscreants that I've had to deal with along the way.
Who are you going to talk about first, Your Grace?
Why don't we start with my extraordinary and unusual birth?
Magnificent, oh wise one.
When I was born, it wasn't at a hospital like you mortals. No, I sprang fully grown from the head of my father Zeus, the god of the sky, lightning, and thunder. I was his brainchild. You see, my father was the ruler of all the gods on Mount Olympus. This really tall mountain with a peak in the sky, surrounded by clouds. It is truly heavenly. You should visit sometime. One day, my father Zeus got a terrible and unbearable headache. The pain was so intense that it is said he screamed out in pain, and it could be heard like thunder throughout the land. Immediately, the other gods and goddesses came to see what was the matter with their fearless leader. That's when my half-brother Hermes realized it was, in fact, a splitting headache, and that Zeus's head needed to be split open with an axe to relieve the pressure and the pain. The moment this was done, out of his skull sprang me, the goddess Athena. I had been in there so long that I was already fully grown and dressed in a full set of armor. Since I was born out of my father's head, I became the goddess of intelligence and wisdom. After his headache subsided, I became his favorite daughter for having survived all of that. I tell you, it was a long time in there and quite peculiar being inside the head of a god of thunder. Such stormy thoughts.
What a tale!
Yes, I do love that story.
What are you going to tell them next, O protector of the great city of Athens, guardians of the Acropolis?
Well, speaking of Athens, do you remember that time they were looking for a patron deity for their city? Someone to bless and protect them from harm.
Oh, yes, I remember that you and that other god We're both particularly interested in that city. Now, what was his name again?
Oh, that salty old sea god Poseidon. Ugh. He thinks he's all that with his beard and his trident and his pretty face.
Yeah, that's him. Very salty indeed.
Well, for this story, we will get visual. Once upon a time... Okay, just let me tell you what happened. Queen Cecrops, half human, half creature, had to find a patron deity for their city. My father had decided to have a contest where Poseidon and I would both give a gift to the city, and then Queen Cecrops and the people would decide which gift was most valuable for their prosperity. Poseidon came first. He struck the earth powerfully and created a well with his trident. Immediately, streaming water shot forth, but the water turned out to be too salty and not very useful for the population. Everyone that drank from the well just got sick. Next, it was my turn. I stepped forward and I knelt and planted an olive branch in the ground. It grew and grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. This was my creation of the olive tree as a symbol of peace and prosperity on earth. I offer you the olive tree, I said. You can eat its fruit and stay warm with its branches. It is a symbol of peace. Queen Cecrops and the citizens were very impressed by my gift. Since I had given the most valuable gift, they chose wisely, and that was for me to lay claim to the city of Athens, and therefore it was named after me. Remember when I told you about the similarity in the name Athens, Athena, Athens? Well, you get it. The god Poseidon, however, was not pleased with the decision and cursed the city of Athens never to have enough water from then on. After that, it is said that a major problem of water shortage started in Athens, which continues until nowadays. I am the patron goddess of the city of Athens, where my most famous statue is situated in the Parthenon.
Who could have compared to you on that one, oh master crafty one?
No one, you're right, Olive. Many try to compare themselves to the gods, but that reminds me of another story.
Ooh, which one is that?
Well, have you ever heard of a creature with 8 legs that crawls around and makes a web and tries to take over the world called a spider?
Oh yes, great one. I love to watch them spin their webs. They are so clever.
Yes, clever indeed. Too clever for their own good.
Who is too clever?
Oh, just a mortal girl named Arachne who lived in Greece a long time ago. She was a very good weaver and spinner. Would you like to hear the story?
Oh yes, mistress.
As you wish. This is the story of Arachne. Once upon a time, there was a common girl named Arachne. She was from Lydia, an ancient kingdom in western Turkey. Being the daughter of Idmon of Colophon, who was a famous dyer in purple, Arachne showed great interest in weaving, and she had a talent for it. So much that she would often boast about her skill. Arachne wove all sorts of beautiful pictures into her cloth, and people came from all around to see her beautiful tapestries. But Arachne was too proud. Her boasting infuriated me to no end, as I am clearly the goddess of weaving, and no mortal can compare to me. One day I was watching her spin and heard her say, "I am the greatest weaver since the world began, no doubt. In fact, I can weave better than Athena herself." This, of course, infuriated me, and I was so tired of her arrogance that I came down to visit her in person. I knocked on her door, and she opened it and gasped. I could tell that she knew I was a goddess, but which one she could not tell. So I said to her, "Yes, miserable girl, I am Athena. I am the goddess you have mocked. You say you can weave better than I? Very well, you shall have a chance to prove it. And your own villagers shall judge. 7 days from today we shall meet. You will set your spindle in that meadow, and I shall be in my place, and we shall have a contest. You will weave what you will, and I shall do so too. Then we will show what we have done, and the people will judge." When the people heard about the weaving contest between Arachne and myself, they came from all over the country to watch. The two of us set up our looms in the same room, and we wove from the early morning until it got too dark to see. Remember, there was no electricity then. Then we compared what we had done. I had woven a beautiful cloth showing the gods and goddesses sitting together on Mount Olympus and doing good deeds for people. I also showed how the gods and goddesses punished humans who considered themselves equal to the deities. But Arachne thought she was so smart, she wove a cloth making fun of the gods and goddesses. Still, it was clearly a better weaving than I had done, but it was so disrespectful. When I saw what Arachne had woven, I was even more angry than I had been before. Even though Arachne's weaving was better, I didn't care. I ripped Arachne's work to shreds and hit her on the head 3 times. I pointed my finger at Arachne. "You want to spin?" I cried. "Go ahead and spin." Suddenly, Arachne's hair fell out. Her nose and ears shrank up. Her head shrank to the smallest size, and her whole body became tiny. Her slender fingers stuck to her sides as legs. The rest is belly, from which she still spins a thread, and, as a spider, she still weaves her web to this day. So rather than force the poor girl to pay with her life, I transformed her into a spider.
Is that the end?
Oh no, I thought I would also bless these children with a song before we leave them. My name's Athena. People say, "Oh, have you seen her?" Oh, I'm Athena, second or third cousin of Demeter. You've heard the story of Athens, the city. I thought I'd mention it in this little ditty. Queen said crops was lost but then found, the goddess that would be to her city bound. It was me. I protect all the people. That's why they built a church for me with a high steeple. Oh yeah, that's right. I gave the gift of the olive tree, a symbol of peace for you and me. 'Cause, oh, I'm Athena. People say, "Oh, have you seen her?" Oh, I'm Athena, second or third cousin of Demeter. I'm famous for the story of Arachne. She got tangled up in her own web, you see. For a weaving contest, I came to earth. Each one of us trying to prove our own worth. Her tapestry insulted all the gods. Arachne and me became at odds. She loved to embroider, so I turned her into a little spider. Oh, 'cause I'm Athena. People say, oh, have you seen her? Oh, I'm Athena, second or third cousin of Demeter. So you may think me cruel, but I just want a chance to rule. I'm Athena. People say, oh, have you seen her? Oh, I'm Athena, second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth or ninth or 10th cousin of Demeter.